right. So thank you for joining us today. And we are curious, how have you reached out across the divide between the two of you during the COVID-19 crisis?
So I'll go ahead and start that out. Thank you for having us on today. I'm very pleased to see that all branches of government in North Carolina are working together. The General Assembly, the governor's office, DHHS. The House actually created a COVID-19 task force to look into different ways that the state can respond to the crisis. And we've broken that up into subcommittees. And Representative Clemmons, my colleague, she actually co-chairs the education subcommittee.
I'm State Representative Ashton Clemmons, and the nice thing about these workforce task forces that the House decided to set up is that the chairs are split between the majority and minority party here in North Carolina. So I'm a Democrat, which is in the minority here in North Carolina, but I am one of the three co-chairs of the committee. And as a lifelong educator who was a teacher and a principal and worked in central office, it has felt really good to be able to be part of the state level conversation about how to support our schools and to be valued for my voice and experience and connections to educators now. And so I would say my co-chairs are Representative John Fraley and Representative Craig Horn, and the three of us are spending many, many hours a day working together to figure out the best way to move our state forward. And it has really been a positive experience.
Yeah, and I think it's important to point out, as Representative Clemmons alluded to, that the task force is completely bipartisan. I think we're taking a nonpartisan approach to the issue. Typically, members of the minority don't chair or co-chair committees, but in this case, they are. The task force has bipartisan chairs, and I know that I'm Republican. Representative Clemmons is a Democrat, but we're both working together diligently, and we actually represent the same part of the state. We're both from Guilford County, which is in the central part of the state, but obviously the COVID-19 is affecting the entire state. So we're just doing the best we can to keep up with everything, keep track of developments coming out of the nation's capital, CDC, as well as the governor's office. And I'm very pleased because I'm not seeing a whole lot of politics at play. I think the vast majority of those who are in elected office and who serve on this committee, I think virtually every member of this committee is trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, and I think in reality, when we're talking about parents that are worried about their kids not graduating high school, or teachers who are worried about kids they can't get in contact with because they don't have internet access, like those are problems that deserve to be solved and us to work together for the educators and families of our state. And it's an honor to do so.
Yeah, and the COVID-19 task force, it has 4 different subcommittees, and that would be the economy, healthcare, education, and government operations. Representative Clemmons and I are both on the education subcommittee, because the COVID-19 is affecting citizens in many different ways, but education is one area where it's very much effective. I mean, schools are closed, students at home, kids at home, parents are trying to figure out what they're going to do for daycare. What about online learning? What about school lunches? There's a lot of way that families are impacted, and this is a time where politics really doesn't matter. What matters is responding and trying to get things done.